tax return.
That would be fun. Sorry, I nearly swore then. That would be a miracle.
I always do my tax return every year this time of year. Tip, 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 tip. This is all blankets metal. And sheets. Do you remember them grey, prickly blankets often go, Jack Frost has been, Jack Frost has been. And the inside of the windows, the bedroom windows, were actually iced up. That is what you call a funky... That's how your dumplings should be. Nice. It's another new day. Right, I'm starting my day. It's a bit later, it's late morning. I'm starting my day by prepping up for our tea tonight. So, again, it's middle of November now, and it's time for winter stodge time, isn't it? So I'm going to do a slow cook steak stew. So I'm going to brown off some extra lean beef. I've sliced up some potatoes with the skins on. People know, but the skins are actually good for you, full of fibre. I've diced up some fresh onion, and our big freezer, so I think if you watch the previous video you'll see we've got like a huge big double-sized freezer, is rammed from top to bottom. So we have got some fresh carrots and stuff, but I've decided we need to start taming the freezer. So I've got a great big bag of a vegetable melody here, sort of broccoli, cauliflower and carrots. And I always have some frozen stuff just as an emergency. So we're going to put some of that into the stew, and the fresh carrots that I got the other day from Lidl, not too sure whether tomorrow or Sunday, it might even be Sunday, we're going to do a roast dinner. So we will do fresh vegetables, that's the word I'm looking for, from there. So I'm just going to click on the gas here. In fact, we'll do this side here, beg your pardon. Yeah, do that side there, heat that up, and then throw in some of diced beef. We're going to brown that off, get that into the pan, put it all in. Bit of a minestrone, isn't it, basically? I've got some gravy stock all made up, nice and thick. I like gravy what's very thick. And then we'll get that into the oven for 3 or 4 hours. And then I've got some lazy dumplings, very lazy dumplings, really lazy dumpling. That's lazy, isn't it? But anyway, can't be bothered. Got that. I'm going to throw in some dumplings. It takes about half an hour to do, and then we'll have that ready, re-warmed up about 5 o'clock. When all being well, my day will be finished with the tasks that I've got to do. And then when Sandra comes home tonight, she's going to have a nice big stew ready to tuck in. So get this all browned off, and then I'm going to put the oven on and preheat it. For today, this is quite heavy, this, and I'm on my own. Oh, let's move that. I'm planning on moving. Sorry. See, now all the junk's starting to come up. Again, we're not taking this with us, and I'm not too sure whether we're going to give that away or what we're going to do with it. But I need to get that out, so it's going to be a bit of a laugh on my own. I'm going to put that into the dining room temporarily. Then I'm going to tackle a unit in the living room. That shouldn't be a big job, if I'm honest. Then out into the plastic shed, and then possibly to start my man cupboard in the box room. And I am going to be the one that's going to be guilty of storing a lot of stuff. So this is going to be confession time for me when you see inside that cupboard. Right, all being well, this this beef is pretty well browned off. Layer of potatoes on there, it's all been stirred up. So what we'll do, we'll slam that in now for a couple of hours, pull it out, give it another stir, slowly cook it, and then at the end we may need to put some more gravy stock in, and load up the dumplings. Found this as well, look at this here, Neil Taylor the Police. Look at that. Now then, what was that all about, you may be asking? Well, a few years ago, in fact, when is this now? 26th of May 2018. I did a ride out with the cops. Myself and a couple of people from the press basically were in a cop car for 12 hours on a Saturday night. It was, yeah. And then I'd run quite a few, or back then they were a lot more active than they are now, ran quite a few social media channels. And then we were feeding back in what was happening that night. So we had a gun went off, there was an armed robbery in a pub, and all sorts of things. So yeah, full ride out with the cops. Right, let's get the lid on to onto this and slam that in, and let's get today cracking on. That one done. So what I'm trying to get to, which I think you probably know, is basically everything in this room. Our conservatory is what we are going to probably be taking to Lincolnshire, apart from this filing cabinet, which is just being used as a bit of a worktop at the moment. So let me get me fit full boots on. You remember these the other day? These have been brilliant. These, do you remember those? So again, if I do a product and endorse something, it tends to be only something what I actually will use myself. And these have been super nice. Right, let's get them on and get outside. Right, sometime later. Tip. This is all metal, so whether I can get that weighed in or find any old Iron Man. That's Sandra's old beach hut she doesn't want. So let's go in the waste container. I can free cycle that. Chair, camping chair, free cycle that. These obviously not really taken to Lincolnshire. The fat balls can feed the birds at home. I found a Sandra bucket without a handle. We're not taking that. And I've emptied this shed now. Bloody hell. Don't know if you remember what this was like. I just need to see Sandra over these things. She gets very protective about anything to do with the gardening stuff. But to me, this is just pointless in taking over. I've got a bag of tools there, and I might just put that onto Market Facebook. Bag of tools, 10 quid or whatever. That chainsaw hasn't been cranked for several years. I never really got on well with it. So I might just give that as a freebie, get some, I don't know, somebody can make some use out of it. So basically, 3 sheds are now clear. Oh, I'm very typical wherever I go with Sandra. Look, found another stash of wine. What is she like? Yeah, so there was a couple of shelving units here, plastic ones, which I might take to Lincolnshire. I'll show you them in a minute. And the reason being is they're super lightweight, and they unmantle and clamp down very easily. 3 life jackets that the children had when they were little. So if you took them in the sea on a dinghy or swimming and things like that, the children all had life jackets. Anyway, I've got those. That unit's in here now. So these little plastic units, they just collapse really small and compact. And from memory, the property, that all being well, fingers crossed if it all goes to plan, the property we're going into has got a double garage. So straight away, a bit of shelving to start us from day one, and then we can offload some of the crap that we've got here. So I've got 2 electric chainsaws, a box of canned sprays and things, decorating stuff. I've got no idea where that thing's come from, that angle grinder. I've got another porch awning here, canoe, a couple of bits of tarp and rope, and the workmate, some oil. Get that because it's so expensive. But yeah, more progress. So all 3 outside sheds are done. I'm just going to now decant a unit in the living room, and then go and have a look in the my man cupboard in the spare bedroom, and this could get interesting. There, another unit gone. Right, the box room, Sandra's office, Lee's old bedroom, son. Yeah. I was saying to Sandra this morning, obviously I grew up in this house when, so mum and dad had it from where we are at the moment, in Altrincham, Hale. And Sandra got this morning and it wasn't cold, it was like, whoa, it's a bit chilly. And I said to Sandra, you know, this is the, you won't know our house, this was the back bedroom, which is north facing, so it's the colder of the rooms. I said, you know, you got no idea how lucky we all are in this day and age. I said, when I was little, and those of a certain age will actually fully remember this, we didn't have continental quilts. We had blankets and sheets. Do you remember them grey prickly blankets that were like really prickly, like army things? And my mum had a big fur jacket, a fake fur jacket, and if it was really cold, my mum would throw the fur jacket over us just to keep us warm. But we didn't have any central heating. We had a coal fire, and by the coal fire there was a little gas port, so you're able to put a little portable gas fire in it, because we had a gas cooker in the kitchen downstairs. So in the morning you were able to quickly light this tiny little gas heater before the coal fire got lit. But we didn't have double glazing, it was all single glazed. And then my mum used to be up with the larks dead early, and my mum used to sort of wake us up and go, Jack Frost has been. And the inside of the windows, the bedroom windows, were actually iced up, and you could, with your fingernails, you could draw pictures on them and scribe down and write your name and things. So when Jack Frost had been, it was my mum in a sort of way to say, oh, it's not cold, but we can make a bit of fun out of this. And when we went to school, we didn't have long trousers. Oh, no. We wore shorts. Didn't matter what the weather was, we wore shorts. And we walked to school. We didn't have a car. So initially we walked to school. And then later on, as I say, when a new school came on, we did have a school bus until secondary school came. And then secondary school was a couple of miles down the road. And I initially used to walk there. And then later on, used to have a racing bike, a racer. So we used to, make our own way to school. But no Chelsea tractors dropping off children. Right, so I'm in the box room, the small room. This is Sandra's desk, which for Sandra, this is remarkably... Sandra, I'm amazed how tidy for you it is. That's what's going on here. We've got this single bed, which I do believe we're actually going to... This is fairly newish. We're going to take to the new place for Barbara. So it's a wooden frame. It all just unscrews with Allen keys. I'm not too sure about the mattress. This was an old fish tank thing you could put on here. So there's some little bits and bobs in there. So we might take that as a bedside table for Barbara. But this cupboard. So this bedroom at one stage was also my bedroom at one stage. And those of a certain age, and I'm guessing, was it the 60s, where there was a fad to put polystyrene tiles on the ceiling? Do you remember up on the ceiling had polystyrene tiles? And obviously they weren't fireproof, and if there was a fire, the whole ceiling caught fire and all the dripping down thing. So we had a survey done on this property for the buyer, and look at this. Illegal. Those are illegal. And the surveyor actually picked this up, that those were actually in, and actually put it down. And look at the orange funky wallpaper. What is that, from the 60s, the 70s? Another one there. So this is the box over the staircase, and as you can see at the moment, and this now is getting to a case. This is now getting to a stage of even for me is going to be a bit overwhelming to what we keep and what we don't keep. So I used to smoke roll-ups and just collected all the tins of baccy for screws, and I've got this box of screws, tools, things, bits, tools. I'm going to get some bin bags, and I need to be ruthless on this one. Oh, bloody hell. Where on earth am I going to start? I've got old sweet boxes here for potentially screws. So this little thing here, I've had this for many years. And this has been super good. The way it works, I keep screws and things. So these are all drill bits. But inside here, look. Screws, nails, screws, nails. And if ever I need a screw or a nail or a nut or a bolt or something like that, I can find them in here. So I'm keeping that. I'm proud of that. Yeah, that's a proper man thing. That have you ever seen one of them? It says all the layers in that. And there seems to be about a million loo rolls tucked away at the back of here. So let me keep that one. That is what you call a funky wallpaper. Right, so in there I've got things that I am going to keep, scrap, and I've got here now a first bin bag of stuff, which is going, and then that shelf next. Gordon Bennett. I think it's progress. Right, so these are still things, knickknacks, bits, men's stuff that I might need. And I think I'm coming to the end of that one. These are some I'm definitely keeping. These are empty. This is a box of wire and cables I'm keeping. These are old video cameras. See here, some of these. I've got a few old video cameras. That's a box of electrical items, soldering and things. And the reason I'm keeping those video cameras is sometimes, I'll still do it or not. I used to convert VHS or videotapes to DVD or digital files. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm keeping them, and it's only short space. I've just found a combination door lock. I've got no idea where that's come from. I think it's something to do with Sandra, and a 350 gig hard drive. And I've just thrown away hundreds of old blank CDs. Do you remember you used to burn your own music CDs or put software onto CDs and things like that? Anyway, I've got rid of loads of them, and two down, and we're coming up to a toolie area now, what I call a bit of a toolie area now. So I think, yeah, I think that's pretty good progress. Definitely pretty good progress. Oh, look at that. I'll give that a bit of a stir and another couple of hours in the oven. Right, there we are. Look at that. So that's old software they need throwing away. There's a couple of other bits that's empty. Wow. To be fair, I thought I was going to end up with more stuff than I have. Got a lot of stuff to go to the tip. I have an awful lot of stuff to go to the tip now. But I'll show you downstairs in the conservatory of what I've decided we'll probably be keeping. Hang on a minute, I've still got some light bulbs in here to go through. Let me do them now. Some new bulbs here. Box of them there, G10s. So we're going to leave them in the house. We'll give them to the new guy. This bag's full of other stuff. Sounds some APS film. Now, only the very serious geeks will know what APS film is. The Advanced Photo System Film that came out from Kodak. APS. I invested. You will not believe this. A processing machine called a Noritsu 2901, the very first one in Europe to be able to develop and print APS film. And that printing machine, and I'm going back a long time back, cost me 100 or just short of 150 grand. Noritsu 2901, MLVA micro light valve array system to expose the images onto photographic paper. No lasers. We had a MLVA, micro light valve arrays, and yeah, look at that there. Yeah, brand new. So I don't know what date these are. These are £12.99. So 4, 8, 12. Call it £4 a film. That's what we did. Expires December 2008. So that'll give you some idea how old those are. Yeah, the glory days of silver halide photography. Okay. So I'm pretty well on top of where I wanted to be for today. This room here, I can't do anything here without Sandra. So it looks like we've got old laptops here. This is camping stuff. Sandra and her flipping papers. What is she like? These are newy type things. But tomorrow is going to be the big one. Tomorrow's going to be the nightmare day, when we empty our attic. And those that were following us last year will remember we emptied our attic of everything, which took forever. We insulated it, raised it up, floorboarded it, put everything back up, put a loft hatch in and everything. It took about 3 weeks. So when the house we're in now, that was, well, fingers crossed we've sold. The money's not in the bank. So until that all goes through, we've not sold, but it's got sold outside. Yeah, when you're doing house viewings, you've got to get rid of all your crap, everything that's on display. So a lot of stuff is thrown into cupboards and sheds. And apparently the loft is just rammed full of stuff. So I need Sandra tomorrow to decant the attic and then to work our way through that. And then all being well, early next week, if that's sorted out, to be honest, that's going to be the big one. Yeah, definite progress. I'll show you into the conservatory now where we're again. This is potentially going to be very deceiving because all of this will fit in the back of it'll probably go in the back of a short wheelbase, to be honest, not even a long wheelbase. I was thinking I might need a Luton, but until we've emptied the attic, who knows? But obviously, if you've got a long wheelbase van, if you can just imagine the width over, and then this is up here sort of thing, all of this will go into the back of a van easy enough. And I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to name a name, but you know who you are, my friend. An incredibly kind offer last night from somebody who's offered. Now, when the time comes, and this may be after Christmas, I'm really not too sure. When the time comes, they'll be willing to pick up a van for us. Obviously, we'll pay for the hire from Lincoln. Drive over here and drive back. Sorry, drive back to where I've got the storage back in Lincolnshire, and then take the van back onto the hire place. So that's just incredibly kind that I've got that to potentially fall back on. So what would happen if we did do that? We'd do an overnight visit, basically. We'd go from Lincoln to Manchester. We'll load up the van, a couple of hours, something like that, and then stay overnight here in Manchester, and then go to Lincolnshire the following day, unload another couple of hours, and get the van back. So yeah, very, very doable. So you know who you are, and at this point, I'm not going to say a name, but you're wonderful. You're amazing. All done for today. Busy day. And let's have a look if my dumplings have come up, because you need your dumplings to nice and crispy on top. I like crispy on top dumplings, but a little bit soggy in the middle on the and soft and gooey just on the bottom of the stew. Let's have a look in. Oh, steaming up. And this is pretty. Oh, look at that. That smells so nice as well. But that's how your dumplings should be. Nice and crispy on top. Oh, look at that. Bubbling away. Right, so I'm going to spoon out some of that, well, scoop out some of that into a bowl. I'm going to put a bit of pepper on it, a little bit of brown sauce as well. And I've got some bread and butter to dunk in. And I'm going to have this for my tea. And it'll all be ready. Nice and nice winter stodge for Sandra when she gets home from work later. Friday. So we were recording this on Friday.
We are.
So fingers crossed you'll be seeing it on Sunday.
So we made it through the week, didn't we?
We did. But just a quick explanation to why I've pretty much stopped putting vlogs up on a Saturday. And you're getting quite often product reviews on a Saturday. And it's pure and simply because we don't get any views on a Saturday. There's very few of you out there. Everybody must be doing something on a Saturday. So it doesn't take a long time to create a video, but like this one's going to be about half an hour long. It's all going to be shot, videoed and edited and re-edited and uploaded and all that. So our Saturday viewership is small. So obviously we get product reviews, so that's why they're going up on a Saturday.
Can I ask a question?
You can.
Why did you need me here to say that?
Well, because when people are seeing this, they're all going to be really peed off going, oh, look, he did a product review on Friday as well as a vlog, and the vlog had a product review in it, so they did a Fitville and an All Powers, and the reason for that was it was Black Friday, and then all being well on Saturday, we've had actually this vacuum cleaner, you're going to really like it, it's really good. They'll have seen a vacuum cleaner, those that watch it, and so that's why it's Friday, but nobody's going to see what we did on Friday till Sunday, and they won't see what we did on Saturday till Monday. And all being well, by Tuesday we'll have caught up. I know what I'm talking about. I thought the dog was dead this morning when you woke up.
The dog was fine.
So we never used to allow our dogs upstairs until Sky passed away. And this morning Sandra was up. Yeah, okay. Sandra was up. Light went on. The alarm clock went off. Rasha's on the bed, at the bottom of the bed. And she's like, sod this, I'm not getting up. And she's completely motionless. And I thought she was really ill.
She was resting on my feet.
Well, she's having to lie in.
I would like a lie-in.
You can tomorrow. Can't you? Saturday, no work.
I could do a skate bell ringing before you start doing crazy stuff in the house.
Busy day, busy weekend.
Oh, have you remembered? It's next weekend. We're going to Bridgewater with Mum. For the light show thing. I did ask you and you did agree, and it's all booked.
I can't believe we're coming into December. Anyway, yeah, so where are we now? Fridays. How was your stew, by the way?
It was very tasty, thank you.
Yeah, that was a nice fresh stew for you.
But I did get a bit of extra cabbage out of the garden to go with mine, which is delicious.
No. And then we were also saying this time last year, those that were watching, we'd run out of wood, haven't we?
You'll all be wondering why I said no when I said cabbage. Beautiful fresh cooked cabbage out of the garden.
That garden's in a right state.
What's that going to do with the taste of the cabbage?
It's nothing, but I know the consequences of it later. In your stomach.
Garden cabbage is fine. It's the shop stuff that...
Rubbish.
It's the shop stuff's not
No,
good.
it won't be. I know what's going to happen. So this time last year when we came home, we were low on logs for our log burner, weren't we? Do you remember? We were like panicking and...
Well, when you came home, I hadn't been away, but yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, when I came home. Anyway, we managed to replenish our log pile and we've now got 2 to 3 years of logs that we all chainsawed and split and chopped and split and chopped and split. Our log store's full and then we've got a pile next to the log store. So I said to Sandra, we're not going to be burning as much coal for our last winter. We're going to get through as much of our wood that I've chopped as we possibly can. Aren't we?
We could have taken it with us, but...
Not taking. No.
It's useful, though.
No.
Rubbish.
I'm not taking flipping chopped logs. Go to Law Brothers in Mablethorpe. Goodness me. Right, I'm not going to keep Sandra here for too long because...
I'm about to walk the dog.
Yeah. And tomorrow we've got possibly the worst job is emptying the attic, isn't it? That's probably, and we're not putting things back up. That's going to be so weird.
Right, I'm feeling like a broken record here, but we have urgent paperwork to sort out to do with the move.
Yeah.
It's actually more important even than emptying the loft, dear.
No. Empty the loft, and then you can be on all the paperwork.
No, because then I won't be able to get to the paperwork. We've been round this dance many times.
No, it'll work out. The loft needs emptying. Yeah, otherwise I'll do it on my own, and then I'm going to end up having an accident, and then you're going to go, oh, he's in hospital.
Not unless we sort out where the paperwork's going. And it needs to be done this weekend no matter what.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll do it on Sunday. I'll do it while your bell ringing.
What, the paperwork?
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
And my tax return.
That would be fun. Sorry, I nearly swore then. That would be a miracle.
I always do my tax return every year this time of year.
They're very funny.
What?
You don't even pay me.
Well, I look after you. I provide for you. I'm your knight in shining armour. No idea. You've not got a clue how lucky you are to have me. I'm here now in your moments of need. A couple of months ago, you were stressed out that, we can't clear the house. I'm titling this video, One Man and Three Sheds. I've tamed them. They're emptied. The tool cupboard is emptied. The conservatory is emptied. The dining room is emptied. The living room is emptied. The box room is emptied.
Well, I've been at work and it's still dark, and I'm just like, I don't even want to look in some level because it'll just stress me out.
No, I think we should finish here because we can go on the Raz tomorrow night, Saturday night, innit? When was the last time we had a Saturday night that I'm not working, that we've not got late arrivals ruining our night because we're hanging around for people, or the work's phone going, I can't turn the television on, or pigeons have shat somewhere.
Yeah, but you'll just go off in a mood, you always do.
I won't.
It's traditional.
I won't.
It's Altrincham, Liverpool.
What?
I don't know what it is with you in Altrincham and Liverpool, but...
I might go to Hale or Timpley tomorrow then. Not been to the Stonies for a while, have we? Or the Quarry Bank?
I think when it was, I had an alert that XL5 are playing somewhere, or I'm not sure if it's been and gone already or not.
Been and gone. That was last weekend.
Last weekend.
Yeah.
I didn't make it.
Right. I also want to catch up with Joe from the Market Tavern, because I want to do a most haunted video in there as well before I go, and God knows how I'm going to ram everything in that we need to do, because it's one of the most haunted places. I think Dick Turpin stayed there, and the orange tree next door, it's got the used to hang people there, and it's still got the stocks and things like that. Anyway, that's for another video, and it's now past Halloween, and I don't know why I'm talking very, very quiet, because I don't normally. Say bye, Sandra.
Speak soon.
What? That's not a goodbye.
Right. I don't have to say what you tell me to say. I'm a grown-up.
Oh, okay. Stay tuned in, people, from another vlog as we make progress of emptying our house of its content.